This is a land far from the US mainland but still an essential part of it, Alaska. Separated by almost 4,500 kilometers from the rest of the United States, it has a sparse population, yet since 1906, it has produced over 15,000 kilograms of gold annually. Not only that, but Alaska contributes more than 150 million barrels of oil and extracts 3.5 trillion cubic feet of natural gas every year for the US economy. But here's the shocking part: this land wasn't always American. In fact, it used to be part of Russia, and in 1867, Russia willingly sold it to the United States. But for how much? $1 billion? $500 million? $200 million? No. The entire region was sold for just $7.2 million, which translates to only 2 cents per acre. If converted to Indian rupees today, it would be just 3 paise per square yard. But why would Russia sell such a vast land for so little? Was Alaska cursed? Did Russia see a major threat looming? Or was this one of history's greatest strategic blunders? To understand this, let's travel back to the 18th century, when Russia was ruled by Peter the Great. His dream was to expand the Russian Empire across the world. Even after his death in 1725, his vision remained alive, and in 1732, Russian explorers crossed the Pacific Ocean and set foot on a cold, uncharted land, Alaska. At first, there were no signs of gold, silver, or any other mineral wealth. Instead, Alaska was home to something else: fur-bearing animals. Creatures like sea otters, beavers, foxes, minks, martens, and lynxes had highly valuable fur, which was in great demand across Europe and China. The profits were so high that an entire country's economy could be sustained by this trade alone. This news reached Russia, and soon, hundreds of Russian traders and craftsmen arrived in Alaska. In 1799, the Russian government established the Russian-American Company, making fur trade the primary business. Russian settlements flourished, and in 1821, Tsar Alexander I boldly declared that the entire North American Pacific coast belonged to Russia. But there was a problem. When Russia claimed Alaska, Canada and the United States were still under British control. However, after the American Revolution in 1776, the US became independent. Russia's claim over the Pacific coast angered the US, especially since Russia also banned American ships from entering within 185 kilometers of Alaska's shores. This could have hurt American trade, leading to economic losses. To avoid conflict, Russia and the US signed the Russo-American Treaty of 1824, which limited Russia's claims to 54 degrees 40 minutes north latitude and allowed American ships access to Russian ports. Then disaster struck. By the 1840s, Alaska's Russian population had grown beyond 10,500 people. More settlers meant more hunting, and by 1850, the once thriving sea otter population had almost vanished, destroying Alaska's most profitable industry. At the same time, Russia faced a far bigger crisis: the Crimean War, 1853 to 1856. Russia attacked the Ottoman Empire and captured Romania, but this move backfired, triggering war against Britain and France. Russia suffered a humiliating defeat and massive economic losses. Now, Russia had two major problems. Alaska's economy was collapsing due to the fur trade's downfall. Canada, under British control, could attack Alaska anytime, and Russia wouldn't be able to defend it. The deal of the century. Facing economic trouble and fearing a British invasion, Russia decided to sell Alaska. In 1857, Russia offered Alaska to the US, but the deal was delayed due to the American Civil War, 1861 to 1865. Finally, in 1867, after the war ended, the US saw an opportunity. Buying Alaska could shift public focus away from internal conflicts. On March 30, 1867, the US sealed the deal, purchasing Alaska for just $7.2 million. That's equivalent to $129 million today, and it meant America acquired Alaska for a mere 2 cents per acre. Then came the unexpected twist. At first, many Americans mocked the purchase, calling it Seward's Folly, named after US Secretary of State William Seward, who negotiated the deal. They believed Alaska was nothing but frozen wasteland. But everything changed in 1897, when gold was discovered in Alaska. Then, in 1902, oil was found, and in 1967, massive natural gas reserves were uncovered. The land that Russia once considered useless turned into one of the richest regions in the world, fueling the US economy with gold, oil, and gas. And today, Alaska stands as one of America's most valuable assets. Now, a question for you. If you had $1 billion and could invest anywhere in the world, where would you put your money, and why? Thinking face. Drop your answer in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Rocket. And stay tuned for our next video, where we uncover the rise and fall of the Berlin Wall. Why was it built, and why was it ultimately destroyed?